It'll tell us we're live now. Okay. Welcome, everyone. So, we're doing a live stream today to talk about some of the new features we have in the One for All system, along with uh, how to connect an account and a few other just sort of tidbits and sort of housekeeping for anyone who may not have seen it before. So, we may not cover every feature of the system, but we will cover the majority of them that people use on a day to day basis. So I'm the chief technology officer of the company. My name is Tim Imholt. I'm one of the founders. This was sort of my concept from the start, was to do something a little bit different. Doug is our head of operations and the guy that just makes sure I don't completely go play in the sandbox for months at a time and develop stuff nobody cares about. So we together have made this well, we've got other people as well, but the two of us and the rest of our team have put together, I think, a very good system. Now, let's dive right in and take a look at it. Share. There we are. So this is the system. As soon as you log into it, you get this really nice dashboard that kind of shows you a whole lot of little bits about what's going on. This section for me is blank because nobody's assigned me work. We'll get to all that a little bit later. But I wanted to start with something kind of simple, and that is connecting an account. So when you're on these systems, the whole point to them is to make your life easier and to have a whole bunch of your social media accounts in one place. And the way you start to do that is by connecting your accounts. So you would normally click this little button right here. It says add a social account. It'll pop up and say, okay, which platform do you want to connect? Just pick the platform you're trying to connect to. I'm going to choose X in this case, formerly known as Twitter. It'll pull up a screen for you. It looks just like this one. It says authorize the app or cancel. This is actually, as you can see, it's over at X. It's not at our company. And what that's doing is giving X permission for us to post on your behalf. Now, we would never post of anything that you did not request it to post. That's not how the system works. But we do have to get permission from those other platforms to post for you. So that's it. That's, you just click authorize and it's connected. Now, personally, I've got all of these connected. So I've got the top 7 platforms connected to mine. I do not have a Pinterest account because I'm just not somebody who's into Pinterest. So I don't have that one, but I do have platforms. I do have accounts everywhere else. So this allows me to post everything I want from right here. Now, the interesting thing about this, and this will become important in a minute, is with a lot of these systems, you're kind of left with some choices of what's active and what's not, and to make it inactive. So let's say I wanted to not post to X for a while. You would have to delete the account. Well, with ours, all you do is push that little button. It's still connected. It's just not active, so it won't show up elsewhere in the system, which could mess you up on occasion. And we'll see about that on the posting on the post side. But if you want to make it active again, you just click that button again, and it's right back to active. So this right here is sort of your information hub for everything that you have connected. This will tell you what's there. And this could easily be 7 different Twitter accounts, X accounts. This could easily be 5 different YouTube channels. The system doesn't care. It could be all different platforms. It could be all one platform. We don't care which way it goes. Now, going down this, we'll do this in a little bit out of order because I wanted to get to create a post, because that's sort of the exciting part, right, is to create a post. We do have a level of service that allows you to develop teams. So I have 2 teams. If you're at the $24.99 level service, you get 1 login. It's not the teams level. That's up at $125. But if you do have a team, so let's say Doug is on my team, I can have a second set of accounts that are configured as Doug and I's team, and it'll pull up different post to things here. So let's say out of all these attached accounts, I arrange a team where these 3 are on the team and these 4 are on a different team. When I go over here to create post, I select which team I'm going to post for, and the only ones that showed up here as a potential account to post to are the ones that are associated with that team. In this particular case, I've got all of mine there because these are my personal ones. So we're just going to dive in and post a YouTube video. Normally I would pick Twitter or something, but today I'm going to choose YouTube because I actually have something that I need to post. So we're doing something for real instead of a demo. Doug, have I... you want to add anything about the team section while I'm writing my post here?
Just that, you get a lot of flexibility with teams. When you add somebody here to a team, you control exactly what they have access to and don't have access to. So not only which accounts can they access, but also what level of access, meaning they can maybe write for you, but they can't actually put the post out there, or they can just look at analytics and do data review and retrieval, but not actually create any posts. So it's really flexible in terms of the different types of roles you might have inside of your social media team or your marketing team. We found, I know with several clients, they'll ask me to take a look at just what they're doing. So they'll add me on the team as a viewer of the analytics. Of course, I never have the ability, nor would I go in to do any posting for them, but I'm able to go in and look, say I'm seeing that your most effective Instagram method is multiple images on a Wednesday. Or I'm able to say, I've noticed your growth in the last 60 days has been, due to your repeating posts on Fridays or whatever.
Yep.
Just other ways to help teams out. Whereas if you're in a larger group, maybe you have interns, college students, somebody that's writing a bunch of posts, but you don't know if you want them to put it out the right away. You can let them do everything up to posting, and then see that.
So if you're the owner of that team account, so like if I'm the owner and Doug is somebody who's on the team, I can select which accounts he can actually post to and which ones he has permission to post versus permission to just write. Because let's say I say, hey, Doug, write me 5 posts on artificial intelligence. And Doug's like, I don't know how to do that. Right. So you want a chance to go edit that, and it'll give you that opportunity to collaborate as a team right in there. Now, I wrote the description of my posts, and a lot of one of the things you can do is if you're suffering from writer's block, and you don't know what to post, this little write for me button pulls up a ChatGPT window. It is ChatGPT 4.0. So you can put your prompt in here. You can tell it the voice you want to speak in, and right now it'll come up with something. I've wrote my post. So the next thing we would do is you want to select the right hashtags. Hashtags are one of the ways that you grow your account and one of the ways you find new viewers, right? Because those are sort of key things that the different algorithms key in on to kind of decide whose timeline you show up on. And if you don't get those hashtags right, you're not going to be as widely viewed. So we have this little button called auto hashtags. And what it does is it reads your post and it runs a large language model to say, okay, let's figure out which words in here are the best ones to hashtag. And what it's doing is running a predictive analytic to say, okay, which ones are going to get you the most views. So the bigger this blue line, the more views are that hashtag is getting per hour, not the number of people using it. A lot of people will say, use this hashtag. 12 million people have used it. We don't care about user. We don't care about how many people are using it. We care about how many people are viewing it. So the longer that blue line, the more people are viewing it. And because I had the word chairman of the Joint Chiefs in here, it's picking up Chiefs. I'm going to guess that's the football team. So we don't want to pick that one. But Reacher's in there. Second Book is in there. FBI agent. Those all make sense. Select those. Hit add to post. It sends them right over. There it is. Now you've got to go down and upload your video, which is you can either drag and drop. The system lets you do that, or you can select it the old-fashioned way. And it'll pull up a little window box that does not show up here because it's a pop-up, and I only gave the thing permission to show one screen. It's loading the video. There it goes. There's the video. Now, if you want to upload a thumbnail, that is highly recommended on YouTube. Thumbnails drive viewership. The better your thumbnail, the more it's going to drive your viewership. So we have a pre-made thumbnail for this one. There you go. There's the thumbnail. There's the video. You've got this nice preview window, and you can even click play and see what it's going to look like as you watch the video. So I don't want to watch myself because I've already recorded it and recorded it earlier today. But that's pretty much the process. Then you get on here and fill out the rest of the things required for YouTube. Jack Reacher, Book 2, Jack versus the Militia. All right, so there we go. Jack Reacher Book 2. We should probably put Die Trying in there.
No spoilers. I haven't read that one yet.
Jack Reacher saves the day. It's pretty much par for the course. Now, YouTube tags, I usually recommend using the same thing, putting your hashtags here. I sometimes will put different things, but same kind of thing. This will help you organize your particular YouTube page. It's public. I'm going to list it under the entertainment section. And no, it's not made for kids because it's Jack Reacher and a lot of people get shot. Now, with our system, you can either post it right now. I can save it as a draft and come back and work on it later, or I can save it as a draft and have a team member work on it if somebody's on the same team. I can repeat the post. So if, let's say I'm a creator, a real estate agent, a nonprofit, and I want to send out this post every day, every other day, every week, every month across a certain date range, the system will automatically set that up for you. Or you can schedule it off in the future. So I'm going to schedule this one off in the future. It's 3:00 right now. So I'm going to say, let's just send that out at 3:30. And it say, okay, it is now scheduling it. And it'll take a second because the video file is quite large, but it will schedule it. And we'll go over here in a second and go look at our scheduler. There it is, closed. So let's go look at our scheduler. So this is, you have 3 views for your scheduler in the system. One is monthly, then you've got weekly or daily. I'm going to look at just today. So there's my post off at a little bit later today at 3:30. So you can pull it up from here and look at it. You can see when it's going to go out. You can edit your time. You can do all kinds of fun stuff. We got some posts going out later to different platforms. And if you go back to the monthly view, it will give you some really interesting information as well. So let's bounce around here for a second. Go back to the monthly view. What you'll see here in a second is different colors on different posts. So green are posts that have gone out. Blue are posts that are going out in the future. And if you see anything that's red, that's something that had an error. So it didn't go out for whatever reason it was, whether there was some connectivity with the platform, whether occasionally the different social media platforms will go down. It's not often. But if something happened where the post didn't go out, it will alert you. Our system is smart enough that if it doesn't go out right away, because let's say YouTube is having trouble, it'll hold it for like a half hour and continue to try it. But after a half hour, it will fail out and give you notification. I think that's a pretty important view. And the other interesting thing about this platform versus some of the competition is everything we're showing you. This is all, with the exception of Teams, in the $24.99 service level. So it's $25 a month. We actually have a 60-day free trial where you do not have to enter a credit card. So everything you see here is completely free for 2 months. Try it to your heart's content. The other thing is, unlike some of the other people in this industry, you'll find they have mobile applications that are either not native applications, which means they crash all the time, or they're not fully functional. They only allow limited functionality on your mobile device. Ours are fully functional. So whatever platform you have, whether it's desktop, iOS, or Android, you are fully functional and you have the same capabilities no matter where you are. Analytics is my favorite section of the entire platform because what it does is it gives you ammunition to see how you're doing. The whole point to social media is to try to grow, right? To have a presence, to maybe view things. But if you're trying to put a message out, you obviously are trying to grow how many people get to see that. So what the analytics section does is it lets you see how you're doing. Well, this is my Threads account. Threads is the new one by Meta. I don't have a big account there, but if you look in what this does, the darker color will tell you the previous 28-day period. The brighter color, the little light purple looking thing there, will tell you the current 28-day period. So last time I had 483 views. Now I've got 3,359. So I'm doing better. You can break down your audience. It'll tell you how many are male, how many are female, age groups, where they're at in the world, all kinds of stuff. I actually have some in Brazil, which I thought was kind of neat. I didn't realize I had, 18 in Nigeria. Interesting. Now, this is another section that I think is sort of key, is this insight. And this will show up for every type of account you have, with the exception of X. The reason we don't do X is because they keep changing their analytics. And as they change their analytics, it keeps messing us up. And we don't want to give you bad information. So while their analytics is being worked on, we have shut it down for the time being. So once they get their analytics more stable, it'll show up here as well. But the insight section is your absolute best friend. So if you're trying to get a post that you really want to have seen, let's say it's, hey, I've got a new book coming out, I've got an open house, I've got a new product launch, whatever it is, this will give you your absolute best day, and it'll tell you why. So the bigger this bar, the more engagement you get on those different days. Well, Sunday on Threads is my best day. So it tells you best day to post is Sunday. Best type of post is an image, and best frequency is 7 times a day. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do that every day, but that would help. That's what helps get you the best placement on various timelines. And the closer these bars are together, the less in height, the less difference it makes. So if you've got two that are pretty close, you may as well pick the other day. And this will tell you the difference in between image versus text, and 7 times a day versus 3 times a day. So it gives you a lot of information to work with. Let's go take a look at YouTube. Each platform you can get a little bit of different information from. So with YouTube, for instance, I get views. My views have gone down. My comments have gone down. I haven't posted very much on YouTube lately, so that kind of makes sense. My total likes have gone down, but my dislikes went down too, so that's good. Yeah, yay! People dislike me less than they used to. But you get these nice little charts that pull things up. You can even go through and look at individual posts, and it'll tell you whether it was a post that went through here, whether it went through our platform, or whether it was a native post through the system itself. You can sort it by views, likes, dislikes, comments, favorites. You can put it in increasing or decreasing order. You could even search it for a keyword if you want. And again, it breaks down your audience and tells you where you're strong and where you're weak, so you can learn from that and grow. We do have a very nice image gallery. We don't put caps on your storage at the moment. I don't know that we have any plans to in the future, because storage is very, very cheap these days. But everything you want to upload to the system, we will actually store for you for. Currently, we don't have any limit on how long it stays there. That may someday change, but currently we don't. So this will be all the videos and pictures I have uploaded. You can sort them into albums, and you can even mark your favorites, which I haven't marked any favorites, but I do have a couple of albums I've been working on putting things in. Campaigns. Now this also goes through to every level of service. You can go through into campaigns. I haven't run any lately, so it's not going to pull anything up. But you can go through and boost posts if you'd like to. So instead of having to go run over to Instagram or whatever to boost a post, you can actually do it from right here. But that's a whole different video that we will do at a later date. But analytics, oh, there we go. Yeah, so I don't have anything posted. So if you want to do a boost post, you just go in here to campaigns, click campaign will show up first. If there's anything active, you click boost post and it goes through a whole boost post thing. Currently working for Facebook only, but we are going to be adding different platforms as well. Do we have Instagram up? Yeah, we do have Instagram up as well.
Snapchat's coming.
And Snapchat's coming. So yeah, we got Facebook and Instagram up now. Snapchat's coming, and I think YouTube's going to be after that. But they are coming along. One of the other things I was actually kind of proud of when we did this was the social feed section. What this lets you do is go through Instagram with these other platforms coming online soon. Lets you set some hashtags, and what it's doing is it's not searching my account, it's searching Instagram for different things. So you've seen people like cut and paste out a post and cut it out of one platform and go post it somewhere else. Well, instead of having to do that, you just drag and drop it, and it'll say, okay, I'll cut and paste it for you. Boom, there you go. It'll even pull the media file over, and then you can send it out to a different platform if you want. But that is essentially the heart and soul of the system, and all that's $24.99 a month. And like I said, 60 days are free. There's actually a few things in here I didn't even cover, like the messages. If you get direct messages and you have it configured properly, which I do not because I get too many direct messages, I've turned most of them off. You can pull all your DMs back to here, so you can answer them from one place instead of having to go to 2 or 3. System notifications will tell you when different events happen. Like, I posted on my Threads account, it was delivered this, today, all kinds of fun stuff. So Doug, have I missed anything critical at this point?
Nothing really. I just, if anything, I wanted to highlight that the hashtags, the auto hashtags again, that it is so important to understand that what every other posting platform has out there, what every other competitor has out there is basically pulling in hashtags at what everybody else is posting. So if you use those, you're just getting lost in the mix. You're just putting yourself up there as another voice in the thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions even of views, and you're going to get lost. The difference here is we're pulling what is being viewed more. And this is from several different sources. So this is really one of the key pieces of the platform that's going to get you more engagement on your more views on your posts and more engagement on your posts. Top combined with this create post functionality we have that we think is pretty darn simple. And again, same whether you do it on your desktop, your laptop, or on your phone, it seems to be just really accelerating all of our users' audiences and engagement. On all
there is one feature I forgot to cover because it's new.
Tagging.
and that is tagging. So if you want to tag a user, so you've done it in posts all over the place, right? We've seen it. You get tagged by somebody, and then it shows up on your timeline so that your followers can see it. They get into a little notification, and it's much more visible. So what this will let me do is tag a user, so it adds that tag. But let's say I have Facebook on there as well. Now it's going to let me tag him on Facebook and Twitter, right? So, but because people have different handles or different usernames on different platforms, we pulled this little pop-up screen up so that you can choose it by the platform. I'm only going to send this over to Twitter because I just feel like it. But it allows you to tag. So I'm going to tag Lee Child himself, even though he's Lee Child. And if he answers me, I will be impressed. I have had, by tagging people, I have actually had very famous authors tag me back. So the author of First Blood, David Morrell, he's tagged me a couple times. I've had some fantasy authors respond when I tagged them. So tagging actually works. People do actually see it. And sometimes they will answer. Sometimes, very, very famous people will. I actually had, and this was the day I felt like personally I won Twitter. I tagged William Shatner and he actually answered me. So Captain Kirk actually responded to me one day. I was impressed with myself, even though he would never know who I am again. But that's who, what are you going to do? Right? It's Captain Kirk. You got to take the shot. So I'm going to send that out and tag Lee Child just because I do like his stuff. It's going to go to Facebook as well, but that's okay. Because I forgot to take Facebook off of there. So it's sending that post out right now. So if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see it show up on Twitter here in a second. And if Lee Child sees it in a minute, well, I'm going to be happy because I'll be, throwing streamers in the air. But that's essentially the system. It is just that simple to use. And like I said, absolutely everything you see here is also on the mobile applications. There's nothing here that you can't do from your phone. It is free for 2 months without the need to enter a credit card. And after that, it's $24.99 a month. If you buy it, and that's month to month, right? So some of our competitors are up at the $100 a month level for similar feature sets, but you have to buy a year at a time. So you have to shell out $1,200 basically to buy it $99 a month. Or if you buy it 1 month at a time, you're at $150. Ours is $24.99. And if you buy it by the year, it actually gets cheaper. So month to month after that, and cancel anytime you want. Really, it's we designed it for entrepreneurs and creators, so it should be very simple to use, very inexpensive for what it does, and accessible from anywhere. So that's our whole system. We're probably going to do one of these a week, and I think next week, Doug, I'm going to elect you to do it and go over the team section.
Okay.
Because you use that far more than I do. And then after that, I think we'll go through marketing and do some things on boosting a post, right? So we'll set out the next 2 weeks and kind of do both of those. All right. Since we don't have any questions in the window, that's the system. Everybody have a great day. Thanks for stopping in. And we'll see you probably next week at the same time.